Do I do an intro or do I just like do an intro?
That's whatever you want. I'll follow your lead.
This is the intro right here. Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to
Oh boy, what a shit intro.
Yeah,
Never mind, I don't want to do
this. Okay, bye. So welcome to the Magno Sphere. So today you have the one, the only, hopefully the only, Romero. Inauthentic content.
Yeah.
I read on X that a lot of channels have been remonetized, that have been demonetized.
Yeah, a lot of false positives.
Well, there's a catch to it though, because a lot of the channels that were remonetized again, they actually had quality content. It wasn't just some AI slop farm.
Yeah.
Because yeah, there were false positives. So I literally saw a post today that's almost saying, just keep insisting, keep tagging, at Team YouTube and all that. And they sure enough they remonetize this channel, but it needs to be something with like actual original content behind it.
Yeah. I mean, on Twitter at least, I've seen a shit ton of people get their channels back, and that kind of just goes to like they're doing it desperately. I think YouTube is just literally blindly demonetizing channels with Inauthentic ever since they did the update of the word. Because before it used to be reused content. I think they knew they were fucking up, and they were just like, all right, it's fine. We'll just clear out a shit ton of channels and then go back later and start actually manually reviewing them.
So I want your opinion on this, because I mean I went through the whole diatribe in the last episode. You know what diatribe means?
Nope. But I'm pretending like I do. Yeah.
I went on a whole speech. I gave this whole monologue. You know what a monologue is?
Yes.
I went on a whole tangent of you know what tangent means?
Yes. We're just having like a English quiz right now. Is that what's happening? All right, give me another word.
Okay, no. But I went on this because I see a lot of people in the community. They're like, "Oh, can I do AI images, or is it going to get flagged? Or can I do AI voice, or is it going to get flagged?" But we pretty much both came to the same conclusion independently, because we don't really talk ever, pretty much, which is kind of sad. And basically, I found out that that a majority of it was coming from the script, because a lot of people were just either saying, "Hey, ChatGPT or Claude or Google, write me a script on X topic." Of course, if they've implemented Gemini into the whole infrastructure, it's gonna know if another AI wrote the script or not. So it's not difficult, and it goes through that.
People don't watch the fucking course videos, right? You know how many times we repeated that with like net information gain? There's so many, like that's the AI fingerprints, removing certain words, perplexity, complexity in the script, all the things that we added and kind of came to the conclusion as to why we're getting hit with reused content. It's like, yeah, the visuals may be a little bit different. Technically, even though there's mixed up, for example, celebrity news niches and things where the visuals are random, you could just improvise an entire video, have all of the visuals be completely different. But as long as you're just saying random shit that is unpredictable to the AI script-wise, you'll be fine. So it's like, why the fuck do you think if you go on ChatGPT and you're like, write me a script about the 10 healthiest vegetables to grow at home, it's not going to give you the same exact shit that it's given 100,000 other people. And that comes down to prompting. That comes down to trying to create a script with high information gain, and removing AI fingerprints. This has been like a thing for months now that we've been saying in the community, and just people don't watch the fucking videos.
Yeah, well, it's not so much that, but people keep saying, yeah, well, you guys are promoting your VidNinjas thing, but actually there's the whole script that you have in the scripting section with the whole, literally what you're just saying.
Yeah, it's there manually too. Exactly. I said it too when I promoted VidNinjas the first time. I was like, listen, you can do it in one click, and you can do it with all the all the extra shit that we find, because we update it all the time, which is why it breaks. You could do it manually too. Like, we started doing this off manually, and then we created VidNinjas. So you don't have to use it, right? And it's,
I mean, we started having actual humans writing scripts years ago.
Yes. I mean, that's how it all kind of started, but it's not that big of a deal. It's super easy. If you want to use VidNinjas, it takes 5 seconds. If you want to do it manually, it takes a minute.
There's also another aspect that another conclusion pretty much that I've come to is that not only does it need to sort of be human, like humanized, if you will, but it also helps if you sort of train the LLM or whatever you're using to sort of give, as if it's giving an opinion.
Yes.
Opinion based.
Yep.
Because so instead of it being like in the medieval times, a lot of people died because they got was it Ebola or whatever the hell was during the time.
Plague.
Black plague. I think it's the same thing as Ebola or whatever.
Bubonic plague.
Yeah, it's that one. It goes from that, and sort of instead of stating a fact based off of research or some book or whatever, it would be like and in the medieval times, a lot of people were dying. I think it's because a lot of them got the bubonic plague, which was probably they sort of shifted to like, I think that this happened because of this reason.
But also, so yes, that is super important and 100% a fact. But the other thing too is like, if you look at any video that's about the bubonic plague, I'm assuming it's going to be like, oh, it's poor hygiene. You know, there was rats all over the place. People were getting sick. It talks about how it was contagious, but nobody talks about like the growth of the rats. If you make one individual video of the rat population growing during the bubonic plague with sources and just kind of explaining, you know, how it all came to be and how many there really were, that in itself is a video idea about the bubonic plague with high information gain. That was off the dome. We do this shit.
But yeah,
that's pretty good, I think.
But a lot of people, they don't do that. Like, for example, when I was doing when I first started using Kumo on VidNinjas, for example,
yeah,
I was like one of the examples was like just golf. So I just wrote golf, and it literally came up with one of the ghost entities was that golf evidently was invented in China instead of Scotland, and then Genghis Khan evidently, supposedly, brought over the game of golf while he was pretty much, you know, conquering the entire world at the time. He brought the game of golf to Scotland, and it sort of grew from there. If you would have asked me before that, I'd be like, yeah, it was in Scotland, but evidently it's not. And then what I did was, that was one of the ghost entities, which is like, you know, it's not, nobody's making a video on this. I went to go search it on Google, and guess what? There was like maybe 3 videos at most, but they weren't even faceless videos. There was just some guy in his living room just talking about how some historical book somewhere. So that's exactly the thing. So instead of talking about the obvious stuff, so like in this example, the bubonic plague, for example, what did you mention to talk about the thing about
the increase of population of the rats and how they spread so fast?
That right there is probably like a small section in one of the many videos that talk about the same thing. But the idea is to take that small piece of information and make it into a full blown video and like with stats and all that. So I'm pretty sure there's probably stats for fucking everything.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be difficult if they have numbers of the population of rats before and afterwards, or whatever the case is. Or it might sound complicated to someone who has no idea, but it's actually a lot easier than it sounds.
It's literally just prompting. By prompting, I just mean like going on Cloud and being literally having a conversation with it. If you're not going to use VidNinjas, if you're not going to use the prompt that we're giving you, at least have a conversation with Cloud. You're just going to be like, okay, well, did the rats evolve? Did they get bigger? Did they have like, you know, fucking wars between them?
The rats?
Yeah, you know, fucking, I know ants do, so why rats, you know, I'm assuming they do the same thing. Cover everything about rats itself, about today too, like how people are taking steps to prevent it from happening, how it changed rats and their fucking genetics. I don't know how big it was, you know, but.
So another thing that I usually tend to do is I use ChatGPT for research pretty much. I don't use Claude. I use Claude. If I need to do scripting, I'd use Claude. But I would probably go to ChatGPT and I would literally tell it, look, I want to come up with something like, what is the most talked about thing regarding, so in this case, the bubonic plague, for example. Oh, this. Good. So like, what are the lesser known things that people don't usually know about? And then we'll probably come up with like maybe a list of things, for example, like the involvement of some king or something, rather, as a king farted in somewhere and then something happened and people just started dying. I don't know. It could be anything. When you use the extended feature in ChatGPT, it actually comes up with a lot of interesting things. This is for those who have no idea what VidNinjas are. They don't want to, you know, there's a million ways you can actually get to these topics. Yeah. And then when you have the topics on there, you literally just copy what it gives you, you paste it into YouTube and see if something comes up. If nothing comes up, there you go. Which leads it to the next question. You're going to have people saying, well, but if I find a ghost entity or something that nobody's covered, how can I validate that idea?
Fucking do it. Follow your instinct. You know, you should know what a good video idea is. If you know, this question here pisses me off. It's like, it's so hard to answer. It's kind of like, just don't post dumb shit. Like, obviously, if it's something interesting and there's something similar that's already popular, or I don't know, if it's a good idea, it's a good idea. You could kind of tell, right? Common sense at that point.
You know what I tell people? If there was a way that me or you or anyone could validate one of these hidden topic niches or something like that before it actually, like, with that, we'd be trillionaires, I think, by now.
Oh yeah.
We would know exactly, you know, what to do.
Yeah.
The only way to validate it is through trial and error.
Yeah. That's
it.
True. That's how faceless content is, you know? It's kind of like, we don't depend on a brand. Like, for example, my personal Romero channel, I know, you know, what I have to be posting. I know how to validate because, you know, it's going to be my face. I'm speaking. It's a little bit, there's more of a human connection between me and the viewer. But when it's faceless, it's kind of just throw shit at the wall and follow your gut.
Well, you know, I'm using VidRush, and VidRush is very expensive, or I'm paying editors and they're very expensive. And the answer is simple. Learn to make the videos yourself. We've all been through this, and we all still do it. I still make my own videos. You still make your own videos when it comes to your channel. And then you send it to an editor and overpay for like a couple of graphics.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to validate it, is just make the videos. Do, you know, the procedure is still, you know, to make about the 15, 20 videos and see if you're getting any traction, yeah, or see the CTR is low or the AVD is low or whatever the case is. That's the only way to validate it. And
you don't even have to get to 15 videos too. just fucking, post 5 and then kind of look at impressions. If you post 5 videos in a week and a half and you have like 100 impressions, it's probably time to fucking wrap it up, right? Like you could kind of just be like, all right, well, this, I won't use all of my VidRush credits. I'm going to use common sense, go to my analytics, go to impressions, see how much it's recommending it. Is it, if there is a shit ton of impressions there, like at least, with 5 videos, 20,000 impressions in a week and a half, I would be like, okay, then the issue is going to be now my AVD and CTR. Obviously, YouTube isn't going to suppress my channel because it isn't giving it impressions. From here, that's what, that's kind of like the first phase, is getting impressions. And then after that, it's kind of like, okay, now you start doing YouTube. Now it's AVD, CTR, now it's video ideas. But at the beginning, it's just impressions. So it's like, you're not going to waste VidRush credits because you're not going to go viral within your first video.
And one more tip for those who are using VidRush, don't make the video so fucking long.
Yes.
Like they're first starting out, they make a 35-minute video.
Dude, I don't even do that.
No, I tell her, like, look, your channel's not monetized. Make them like 5 or 6 minutes. Oh, but Romero said they have to be 8 minutes. I'm like, do you know why it has to be 8 minutes? No. But Romero said, I'm like, well, okay, it needs to be 8 minutes if your channel's monetized because you want to put the mid-roll ads. That's the only reason why you want them to be over the 8-minute mark, is for the mid-roll ads. Your thoughts?
I could have made that more clear in the video, I suppose. It's just every single time I made the course videos, it was just like in mind of, we're all monetized here, or we're getting to monetization. Not like, I also just kind of say what I do.
So the basic package, I think it's like $99 for like, is it, I think 30 minutes? 30 minutes, which says it's about, for VidRush, it's like the equivalent of 3 videos. So it would be like 3 videos of 10 minutes. So I think you can make 5 videos that last less than that. Well, anyways, you don't have to make 10-minute videos and only make 3 of them, because unfortunately there's no trial for VidRush, because evidently there was people trying to scam the free trial that was there in the beginning.
That happened to us with VidNinjas.
So yeah, so just make shorter videos. It's like $99 if you really, because this way you're testing VidRush, and you can validate your brand new niche. So coming back to the Inauthentic, people are still a little bit confused on what they should or should not do. Like, do they tag the made with AI thing, or if they they say yes, but then even if they use their own their clone of their own voice, which someone in the community, DH, he actually said that he spoke to someone that works at Google, at YouTube, and they said that if it's a professional clone of their own voice, there's no need to tag.
That's what I heard too.
I just tell them just tag it anyways.
Yeah, I tag them anyways.
Even on your channel where you actually show up and talk?
No. Talk about the Faceless one.
Hello everyone, I'm Carlos Romero.
Dude, it's that whole explainer video niche that popped off that completely discombobulated everyone into like what niche to pick and how much they can use AI. Don't do those. Don't do explainer videos. So, if you see a white background with a cartoon picture, I say stay the fuck away from it. And it's all AI.
That, or what was that one with the Family Guy, look like Family Guy, but he explains about finance? Nick Invests.
Nick Invests.
So the thing about that is this. I know this for a fact because I would not even believe it if I would have not have seen it with my own eyes. There are large channels on YouTube that use 100% AI to make their videos, that they are so large to the point that they actually have been contacted by YouTube, and a coach from YouTube actually contacted these channels and are coaching them on how to make their channel succeed. And the channel is 100% AI, the voice, the visuals, everything. So I would not be surprised if Nick Invests, which is a huge channel at this point, is part of that small group of creators.
I was part of that in one of my Faceless ones.
Were you?
Yeah, the coaches are garbage. But I'm saying, like, it gives you like a barrier. I see what you're saying, yeah.
But the thing is if you're being coached by YouTube, then the last thing you're going to worry about is inauthentic content, or am I using too much AI?
Yeah. I left it though. I ended the coaching because it was like 3 months. Because it was just some lady that she was like, post shorts. I was like, bitch, no. I need help with long form content. I don't want to do shorts. And she was like, no, yeah, you need to utilize your community tab. I was like, bro, what are you saying? Like, okay. It was stupid advice. So then I was kind of like, okay, bro, whatever.
You think you were talking with an AI?
No, I was a real person. I could tell it was a real person. It was a little Zoom call. Point is, I think once you're in that program, you do have some level of protection. Probably MCNs are involved as well. And also for like Nick Invest, he was one of the first ones to do it. He is a little bit more established, and that's where we go on the side of like authority. He's actually a brand now compared to all the copies that came after him.
That's what I'm chasing right now. Brand deals. I'm gonna get those brand deals. But yeah, that actually leads to the next point. And is the new meta going forward going to be, branding your channels?
150%. That is going to be in 5 years. That's going to be the only thing that's going to matter, guaranteed.
So when you say branding or branding your channels, what does that entail?
Google Romero right now. Scroll up. See that thing at the top where it says my name, some images of me.
Yeah.
That's Google actually acknowledging. I guess it just scraped the Instagram pictures I have. Point is, that is the goal. Now, try to invest. But essentially, you want to be acknowledged by Google. You want to be acknowledged by the actual knowledge graph. You want to be on Wikidata. You want to have a Wikipedia page. You want to have Tube Fandom Tube or something like that.
Why is Nick Invest on Spotify?
You want to be everywhere, bro.
What the hell? You have Spotify too?
Are you listening to Lady Gaga?
My kids like to listen to Lady Gaga.
But that's what I mean. It's like having a presence everywhere. You know, if you're going to make a YouTube channel about health, you need to be the health, known as a reliable authority within the health niche. And the only way to do that is if you're a faceless channel is off-platform presence, which is creating everywhere, being on fucking Spotify, being on fucking Club Penguin, bro. You need to be everywhere.
But if you do a faceless channel about health or whatever, do not pretend to be a doctor.
Yeah, yes. May not have been the best example, but you know what I mean.
I think that that's actually illegal.
It is, yes.
And it goes against YouTube's terms of services. Like, you can literally click on that's another thing. So in the community, there's the one place that, look, I take pride in curating the FAQ in the community more than I curate my own self. And nobody clicks on it. Like, you'll find everything on there. Like, there's a section that says, can I use curse words on my thumbnails? And it breaks down like what you can or cannot or should not, because we give suggestions. At the end of the day, you can do whatever you want. And there's a link in there, and it literally just pulls up all of YouTube's terms of all the rules and everything, and nobody clicks on it. And like, oh, can I do this, or can I do police body cam? I've got that question like probably 3 times in the last 2 weeks. Police body cam. I said no, don't do police body cam.
It's hard. It's not what it used to be. Before, it was super easy to get into, but now the police. So the thing is you have to put FOIA requests. FOIA requests are pretty much you reaching out to a police station and being like, hey, I need footage of this arrest that happened. And they were going to be like, okay, cool. $20, right? That was before. $20 and we'll email it to you. They have to legally. Now, since police stations know that a lot of people are making these police body cam channels, they're like, okay, $5,000, or some outlandish number. And the issue is you don't know what the body cam is going to be. You don't know if it's a good angle. You don't know if anything crazy happens. So you have to be guessing.
Overcharge with things like that? Isn't there like a fixed price, or they're allowed to overcharge?
No, it just depends on the county. They can do whatever the fuck they want, and they overcharge, and you don't know if it's good footage. You have to be going through who's gotten arrested, why they got arrested. The case has to be over with, like it can't be open.
Well, a lot of people competing. You know what they do now is that they take other body cam channels videos, and they cut them up, and they put a voiceover like this, and at 12 a.m. on a Thursday evening, and they actually do it really well. That's the thing. If you are going to use, I would not advise it, at least not the police body cam. Just stay away from that 100%. But if you are going to take content from someone else, content that they did not originally create, sort of like in the celebrity niche, for example, if celebrity videos, they don't belong to the channel that you're taking it from, unless that channel owns the rights to the likeness of the person. You need to make it. You can make it transformative. You put a voiceover on top. I had one student a couple weeks ago. I've never seen shit like this before, but I got on a call with him. He got hit with 3 strikes on his channel because he posted, I think, 4 videos. One strike had 1 video in the single strike. The second strike had like 4 videos in there, and like the third strike had like all the videos in there. The problem is that he was able to remove the 1 strike because the 1 strike was for a video that was like literally a 5-second clip. So that was fine. They were able to get rid of that. But in the other ones, in the other 2 strikes, there was a section where he literally left in 27 seconds unaltered footage from an interview. So he couldn't do anything about that because it was part of the entire strike. So the other ones were fine, but this one clip, he just left 27 seconds of like an interview in there, and he couldn't do anything about that.
Damn.
So if you are going to use, make sure it's transformative. No more than 7 seconds. Don't use the original audio. Oh, and someone's like, oh, what if I want to add the music? Don't add the music. If someone wants to hear what the music sounds like, they'll look it up. It's true. Because at the end of the day, you need to look at it 2 ways. You like, oh, this looks great because I added the music, or I made $2,000 last month by posting fucking, this Faceless shit. So what's more important? Letting some random people you don't even know listen to this artist's music that they can just look up themselves, or making money by doing things correctly?
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, you're welcome.
The external links. I have a lot of people asking when they should make them, to how many. Is it really important? Does it really matter? Do they have to post on those external links?
Yeah, it's important. You want to have everything. At least Medium, Pinterest, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, a personal website. I mean, obviously, personal website, we could get to that later, especially a lot of beginners, but you want to have presence off the platform.
But would it make sense for them to add all of these links, backlinks and all that, if they're still testing out the channel? And because if the channel doesn't work and the videos don't get any views, and it's useless for them to do all of this work to
it takes 10 seconds. Have you ever made an Instagram account?
Yes, I just connected to all the other ones. It's like
so fucking easy. Make the fucking Instagram account.
Yeah,
make the Pinterest.
But you mentioned like 25 different socials.
Well, don't do all of them. You don't have to do all of them.
So in the beginning, or like that meme, like in the beginning. So in the beginning.
That's funny. That's like 2016. What the fuck?
You don't have to add. So in the beginning, you don't have to add all of them, but just the most important ones. So like 3 or 4. Instagram with Pinterest. So for the other things, it's not necessary. There's only one thing though. This is important because I saw this happen. Don't add all of them. As soon as you make a new channel, don't immediately add all the external links. Because I literally saw that someone had their YouTube channel terminated. And when I asked them what they did, all they said was, oh no, I just made a YouTube channel. And then he literally immediately added like 6 different backlinks without posting any videos, without warming up the channel at all, like literally in the very same moment.
Really?
Yeah. And they terminated his channel for scam and deceptive policies.
It's weird.
That is weird. So that's why I tell people, don't do everything immediately. Like, warm up the channel, which, by the way, we have a guide in the FAQ in the community that tells you how you're supposed to warm up a channel correctly. This is based off of my experience, and Romero's put both together. And then after you post your first, second video, then you can start, doing the links and all that. Not maybe a couple, then post another video, and then put the next couple. You don't want to bombard it all in one go. So if you add it after the first video and after the second video, nothing's going to happen. Your channel's not going to magically, explode and you're going to get all these views. It's just a couple of videos. So it's not really that much of a problem. I just would not do them all on the get-go from the beginning.
Speaking of exploding.
So just make a couple, the most important ones, after you post a couple of videos.
Yes.
And then if you see the channel starts having success, then do the rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, it's not necessarily just for YouTube. It's like, yes, you want to have it on YouTube, you want to have it linked to YouTube, but you want to have them made, because Google itself, like it has its own search engine, right? Like an AI overview. I don't know, it still appears on Google's own search engine, and that's still the same thing, because now they share the same brain essentially.
So, closing messages. Where could people find us?
I have something better.
What? Uh-oh.
I went to an antique store. And I found this boat.
What the What?
Tell me it's not cool.
Dude, my parents used to have something exactly like that. They would always beat the crap out of me because I wanted to play with it. I thought it was a regular toy.
It's okay. You can play with mine.
No, thank you. Oh, I want to see the giant, the bald eagle you got it.
So my office has a lot of...
Why?
She's very upset I bought this.
Oh.
But I don't care. I needed it. No, hold on. I got another one. Hold on.
God, there's more. That's so fucking big, dude.
Yeah, it's huge. And it's made out of aluminum, which is very inconvenient. Here we go. This one's called Reiki. I don't know if it's a stool or a table. Top of it is this. We gotta be a little bit patriotic here.
Oh, that's actually cool. Patriotic, but you're not American.
My loyalty is to the stripes and stars.
You should have like I don't know, a plate of loaded nachos or something.
Let's see if I have anything Mexican in here.
A bowl of pico de gallo. Anything Mexican. You!
I have this. It is a signed glove from Guillermo Memo Ochoa. If you're Mexican, you know you know. I have art pieces all around my office, and this is one of them.
What the That's so random. That's a Highland cow, isn't it? What the
You gotta appreciate the little things.
Those are pretty big fucking things, dude. They're not little things.
But if you compare it to a car, it's pretty small. First one, piece of authentic wood from the Gettysburg Address. This is where they went ahead and did it. It's David Willis's house. It was removed during the renovation. See a picture of Abraham Lincoln there. This one here is probably my prized possession. It's a napkin signed by the CEO of Domino's.
Okay, what the
I love Domino's.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Ben Stiller, Tropic Thunder signed script.
The ending of this video is just be you showing a bunch of random shit.
Yeah. A bullet casing and a piece of parachute from a U.S. soldier for D-Day.
Is that real?
Yeah, get them all from a museum.
That's actually cool. The other stuff you can actually throw away.
What?
Like, why wouldn't there be like a lifetime certificate for like fucking Domino's pizza with that?
That's what I'm saying. I befriended a stunt director that he works, he's done Batman. He was also in Tropic Thunder. He was part of Flaming Dragon. He was also the stunt director of the movie. He gifted me this.
Oh, what was that? There was a commercial in the
can of booty sweat. Drink booty sweat, baby. Drink booty sweat.
Am I the only one that didn't really enjoy that movie that much?
You're a terrible human being if you didn't enjoy that movie.
It's not even
comedy.
It's not even that funny.
It's because you're not American.
I'm more American than you are. Okay, what are you getting now?
I have the U.S. Constitution hung on my wall.
There's no fun. Is that real?
Not the real one. Enter my office, you're gonna see this. It's a recreation of World War II propaganda by Disney. It says "Appreciate America."
Is it possible you're kind of overdoing it because you just want to prove how much you're not Mexican?
No, I'm Mexican from head to toe, but I'm also appreciative and loyal.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.